Courage. The ability to control fear and be willing to deal with something that is dangerous, difficult, or unpleasant. This is a story of bravery, a story of consistency. This is a story of courage. This is a Nigerian story of success, where three friends against the norm, against all odds, against pressing challenges, birthed the Basscomm brand. They have that quality that tells a tale of people who are successful. They are relentless.
I would like to look back and be remembered for that. These three young men, built a business on the back of integrity, on the back of quality, on the back of, passion for the customer.
When Basscomm is mentioned, what comes to mind in the mind of our customers is a business that is here to stay, a business that will deliver and keep delivering for many, many more decades to come.
It's an institution, it's there, it's working, it's adding value, adding jobs to the economy, and creating value to different stakeholders.
Basscomm Nigeria Limited is an industry leader in the mechanical and electrical services delivery sphere, delivering world-class standards in all tasks and deliverables. They literally pioneered the extra-low voltage sector, and they are one of the major leaders in fire engineering systems, burglar alarm system, HVAC, etc. But in the beginning, it was just a humble idea.
The organization came about by the aggregation of three young men who wanted to build a business that would outlive them.
We started from very humble beginnings. Three friends deciding to combine forces and pull together.
Demola and I remember we knelt down and we prayed and we said, Lord, we don't know what to do. We have no experience. We haven't done this before. We don't have any money, but we know that this thing in our hearts, you can bring it to pass. I remember that day very, very vividly as though it was yesterday.
At that time, I don't think we knew that it would be just like this. I think we were just more tenacious and we just had self-belief.
I remember three friends, myself, Mr. Dimiji Mateson and Charles Ogunwuyi, growing up in Satellite Town. We came together and decided that we would like to set up a company that will outlive us, an organization that will do well, and even when we are retired, will still be running. The company Basscomm came about as a result of the project in the university done by Dimiji Mateson. His final year project was on burglar alarms, and he did it so many times, and the thing kept on going poof, it kept on blowing up, and by the time it was done, he really knew it, and we felt we could take advantage of that knowledge in setting up a business.
The year 1993 wasn't exactly a perfect year in Nigeria. The country was in the kettle of political instability, so young men venturing out into the unexpected at the time was seemingly not a reasonable option.
So Basscomm had what I would call a core group of cheerleaders, mentors, supporters that encouraged and made us even believe in ourselves as well. Because it was pretty rare at that time to have pretty young kids. If you look back, we were young. I mean, we were in our early 20s, you know, deciding to set up and formalize a business. So we had Dimeji's uncle.
My uncle, Mr. Latunde Ojo, who was the one who gave us our first office at Charity in Oshodi. He had an office.
The office was number 2, Sende Callisto.
He was running his own company, and then he gave us a room. From that one room, Demola, Charles, and myself, we would sit down, we would plan, we would think, think of the different things that we wanted to achieve, we would dream. And I was the head of technical because I was the engineer. Demola was a pharmacist, and Charles an economist.
When the occupant is not in the office, we were able to make use of the office. The occupant sometimes come to the office, in which case we will have to get up and go to the balcony. And essentially, those were the early years. That's where we started from.
You can never underestimate the part mentors play in one's life, career, and personal ambition. After moving to Igbo-Shere, the company recorded significant milestones and feats. Major growth took place here.
We were fortunate again to have another supporter, mentor in Demola's dad,
Mr. Bayo Ononuga, who helped us at the beginnings put certain structures in place.
Also allowed us to rent space within a family office building in Igbo-Shere.
We had the opportunity to take up space at Igbo-Shere Road, that's in Lagos Island, 31 Igbo-Shere Road. We were at Igbo-Shere Road for 10 years. We grew. We started with a room or two, and by the time we were leaving, we had taken over the whole building, the entire building, which comprised of ground floor, first floor, and second floor. And we really did a lot of business then.
We had a strategy of going after the building industry, the consultants, the architects, the builders, and they were taking us serious. Now,
I remember when we took a job, the CBN and the NSPMC jobs. Those were jobs that significantly changed the organization, changed the landmark, the history, everything about the organization. But before we got those jobs, I know the things that happened internally. One is that the skill base of the people had to grow. We had to learn the things. We had to look for money. We had to use our personal resources to travel abroad to get everything we needed just to pitch and get these jobs.
Then subsequently thereafter, Basscomm also grew to a point whereby the team definitely had branches in other states.
In the year 2006 or 2007, we moved to Alausa, we call Basscommville in Alausa.
After 10 years, we moved to Alausa at Ikeja, where we also spent another 10 years. Also, the business even consolidated and grew some more at Alausa.
Basscomm is a haven. It's a family where everyone is welcome. An organization that is passionate about imprinting winning values and qualities in you.
It was a training organization, it was a learning organization. Basscomm literally evolved over time.
It's a brand that believes in building people. I can say that's for free. Basscomm, I can say, is the foundation of what I do today.
Basscomm is like a bedrock of what I am now, and a springboard to where I'm going.
There are people that have impacted you in a way, you know, because they were young and hungry and, you know, determined. So we used to look up to them back then.
Basscomm is an acronym which stands for Burglar Alarm Security Systems and Communications. But in the true essence, it stands for much more. It stands for passion, tenacity, faith, hard work. It stands for courage. Under this beautiful adventure, we ask, how did they do it? At what stage did it bite hard? For a company which started with sheer hope, what sacrifices did they have to pay? What challenges did they face?
Challenges. Where do you want me to start from? Challenges. Oh dear.
We'll find out shortly.
The Basscomm brand is one of legacy, one of continuity, one of excellence.
We started out with a dream. We were idealistic, you know, we believed.
So I think what sets Basscomm apart from most people is the integrity.